The English Town ferry, guys, is right there. That's how hard he thought he hit him. He thought he killed him. He was well known to lift an anchor, guys, that weighed over a ton. Almost a ton and a half. Good afternoon, YouTubers. Caper Couple back again. So today, guys, we're down around English Town. And we came down here today to show you guys a little historic spot. It's something that's very important to our island. This is the gravesite of Giant McCaskill, guys. What are you pulling on me for?
No reason.
So, I've got a lot of information here on Giant McCaskill. We're just outside of the graveyard. We just parked the car and we're headed inside now. I'm going to show you what it looks like here. It's right across from the ferry. The English Town ferry, guys, is right there. There's the entrance. The cannon up there, I'll go read that off to you in a few seconds, well, a few minutes. But here's the entrance, guys. It's called the Auld Cemetery. Floor's in here. Actually, I'll leave my camera spun around for you guys. So, but yeah, I have quite a bit of information. I brought the sheet with me anyway, just in case I had to look at it, but I know I'm going to have to look at it for the dates, guys. There's so much here to remember. So Angus was born in Scotland in 1825. He was one of 13 children. He was an ordinary sized kid, guys, until he hit adolescence. He began to grow rapidly. He eventually reached the height of 7'9" and weighing 425 pounds. This is his gravesite. I know this because I've been here. I've already seen this before. Yeah, so he was 425 pounds. His shoulder width was 44 inches across. That's pretty big. The palm of his hand, guys, was 8 inches wide and 12 inches long. So his hand was a foot long. The guy could probably grab you by your skull and pick you off the ground. And they called him the Cape Breton Giant, or Giant McCaskill.
Giant.
When he was approximately 14, guys, he traveled from here, St. Anne's, across to my hometown in North Sydney. And the crew took him into a dance. And he ended up getting into an altercation with one of the dancers. And he punched this dancer and knocked him out cold. And the dancer was out that long that he thought he killed the guy. And when he went back to the ship, the captain came and seen him in his quarters. And Angus was knelt down praying to God that he didn't kill the man. That's how hard he thought he hit him. He thought he killed him. So he was well known for feats of strength, such as he was well known to lift an anchor, guys, that weighed over a ton, almost a ton and a half. And he could pick this anchor up over his shoulder. That's how strong this man was. There's actually, the stories differ from website to website, but they're pretty roughly the same. There's a story that goes, I'll get to that in a second. He could also lift two barrels. The barrels weighed 350 pounds apiece. He could throw them up under his arms and carry those for miles. That's how strong this man was. He could take a 100-pound weight, guys, pick it up with his 2 fingers, and keep his arm out like that for 10 minutes. Hold the weights up for 10 minutes at a time. He was that strong. In 1849, guys, he traveled with P.T. Barnum's traveling circus. It was like a freak show type of thing. And he traveled alongside Tom Thumb. So he traveled in 1853, he toured the West Indies and Cuba. Queen Victoria heard about his stories, and she heard about his stories of great strength, and she invited him to have a little session in front of her. And for doing this, she gave him 2 gold rings, and she named him the strongest, which was it, she proclaimed him to be the tallest, thickest, and strongest man to ever enter her courtyard. When the fishermen around this area of St. Anne's needed their boats bailed out, guys, he was that strong he could get under a 2-ton boat, and he could flip it up onto its side and empty the boat. That's how strong this man was.
Guess nobody would mess with him.
No, I certainly wouldn't want him to grab me. There are various accounts of an incident with an anchor that may have taken place in New York or New Orleans. And it says that the guys on a wharf were taunting him to lift this anchor, and the anchor weighed anywhere from 2,200 to 2,800 pounds. So they taunted this guy, man, until he eventually gave in, and he picked this anchor up and he slung it over his shoulder. The story says that the what are they called? The flukes of the anchor dug into him and it crippled him.
Oh.
But that's not what killed him, guys. That's not what killed the man. Some of the stories say that's how he died, but that's not how he died. In the summer of 1863, he traveled to Halifax for a trip, which he suddenly became ill. And he traveled back home here to St. Anne's to be at his parents' place, and he died a week later in his sleep. And he died on August 8th, 1863. And the doctor's diagnosis was brain fever.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's the stories I have here about Angus McCaskill. They actually had a show down here, guys. They had a show here not too long ago. They brought all the strong men from the world around here. And these strong men, guys, of today could not handle the feats that he done. They couldn't do it. I seen parts of the show myself online. I dug it up and watched it just to get an idea of the little bit of research I was digging up. And these guys were huge, guys. They brought strong men from all over the world down here to do this thing. And none of these guys could even attempt and come close to what he done. So I'm going to sign off here until we get across the road, guys, because I want to take some pictures here. And we'll be back when I get over there. Catch you in a bit. Okay, we're back, guys. We're heading across the road now. Check out this cannon that was donated by the Fortress of Louisbourg. So I'll spin the camera here for you guys. Check this out. There you go. Presented by the Fortress of Louisbourg to the English Town Historical Society in July 1996. The gun commemorates Fort St. Anne in 1629. First permanent settlement of Jesuit mission on Cape Breton Island. Also Fort Dauphin, 1713. Secondary strong place of the island, which was captured in 1745 and abandoned in 1758 after the final capitulation of Louisbourg. So you don't see too many of these anymore. There's quite a few of them in Louisbourg. You go back to our fortress videos and you'll see a few of them. But yeah, guys, it's not something you're going to see a lot of around anymore. Very old. So I'll give you a view. See the mountains in the background there. Just beautiful around here, guys. This is why we do this. We want you guys to come down here and check our island out. stroll around here, venture around, check everything out we have to offer. It's beautiful countryside. Absolutely beautiful countryside here, guys. So with all that being said, we're going to wrap it up here. And we're going to go make another video today before the day's out. So, come on, babe. She's got the dog dragging her. So yeah, we'll end it here, guys. And until next time, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We need your help. We really need your help, guys.
That was like Joker.
So, comment down below, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us a like. And until next time, she got in the car. Catch you later.